This is week 1 of the Scuffed Draft League. I'll be going over how I prep for my battle this week. I want to show you how both teams match up against each other, what I wanted to watch out for, and how I decided what to bring. Afterwards, I'll show you how the battle turned out. Let's get started. These are the Pokemon I managed to draft for the day. We have a nice Sand Core with Pokemon that don't mind being in the Sandstorm. I have 3 Pokemon that can set Trick Room, with 4 Pokemon that can hit hard under Trick Room. But I don't have to play slow. Mega Metagross is naturally a fast, hard-hitting Pokemon. Tyranitar can set up Dragon Dances, and its Sand allows Temperature to really outspeed most Pokemon. Gallade to also run Choice Scarf, and Hisuian Zoroark is naturally a fast special attacker. Speaking of Zoroark, I can have it disguised as a Trick Room setter pretending to be my Trick Room mode, while I'm actually running my fast mode against the opponent. My opponent this week will be Magikarp. At a glance, it looks like he wants to set up Rain. It enables Electro Shots for his Archaludon, and Qwilfish could be running Swift Swim, which gives him quick damage in. Toxapex can really wall and whittle away some Pokemon with Toxic, Baneful Bunger, and Recover. Komodo is a setup Pokemon that can run either Dragon Dance or Clangor Soul, and it could be either a special attacker or a physical attacker. They also do have some hard-hitting Pokemon that could do big damage even on a neutral hit. Mega Clefable is a solid support Pokemon that does not need to Mega. It can provide redirection to allow Komodo to set up safely, or let the hard hitters deal the damage it needs. Qwilfish can provide Intimidate support, or use a Swift Swim to deal some sneaky damage with Life Orb equipped. Chimecho is a support Pokemon that can learn a variety of moves such as Trick Room, Ally Switch, Yawn, Snarl, Taunt, and Fake Tears to provide support for the whole team. Now let's see how our teams match up against each other. Charlatan can tank hits from Metagross and Tyranitar with its stamina and its typing, even threatening a KO on Mega Ampharos with Draco Meteor. Even though it takes super effective damage from fighting and ground types, if it has time to set up stamina, these physical hits might not be enough. Even neutral hits like Shadow Ball might not be doing enough, and the Pokemon can be taking a lot of damage in return. However, Gallade does KO Archaludon with Sacred Sword even through maxed out defenses, making it the perfect counter. Politoed won't like the Weather Wars we'll get into against Tyranitar, but if Rain is set up, Weather Ball can definitely deal huge damage to these Pokemon. Since and Ampharos could tank damage from Politoed and return super effective damage in return, and Metagross and Gallade can both deal big damage through their high attack stats alone. Toxapex's Water move can deal super effective damage to these Pokemon, and Toxic most of the team. But the team can threaten Toxapex with super effective moves in return, making stalling very difficult. Komodo can threaten super effective damage with Aura Cure and Drain Punch, but it does take huge damage from the 2 psychic Pokemon on my team. Mega Lopunny is especially scary since it's very fast and can threaten KOs with scrappy close combat. With its high attack stat, it can still threaten KOs and huge damage on neutral hits. However, Mega Metagross' high defense allows it to tank hits and KO in return with Psychic Claims. A Gallade with a Sash or a Scarf can also KO Lopunny with a Sacred Sword or a Psycho Cut. Mega Ampharos, Mudsdale, and Winterigus can all take a hit from Mega Lopunny and deal damage back, but that can go either way depending on the situation. Outshine's Earthquake threatens a good chunk of my team with super effective damage. And Icicle Crash makes 7 out of my 10 worry about what move Mamoswine is clicking. With its high attack stat, even neutral hits can threaten Gallade and Zoroark. However, its Ice and Ground typing does make it vulnerable to half my team. 1 or 2 good hits will make it go down. Mega Clefable is a support Pokemon that can really tank a lot of hits from my Pokemon, but it does take super effective damage from these Pokemon, limiting its time on the field. I do need to be careful about super effective Moonblast damage from Clefable. Cleaver does have solid damage output and can chunk a good portion of my team if it lands a hit or 2, but it is threatened by Iron Head and Rock Slide from my side of the field. Qwilfish and Chimecho can provide minor support through Intimidate and status moves, but requires good positioning to take full advantage, which is difficult to do. Mega Metagross threatens 1-hit KOs and 2-hit KOs with a large attack stat and Psychic Steel stab moves, though it may struggle to deal lasting damage to Archaludon after a few defense boosts. Sinistcha is mostly a support Pokemon. It could do damage to Politoed and Mamoswine, but gets walled out by Archaludon, Komodo, and Clefable. Tyranitar will fight Weather Wars against Politoed and can decently match up against Clefable. A Gallade with Psycho Cut, Leaf Blade, Aqua Cutter, and Sacred Sword will hit all these Pokemon for super effective damage. Even Chimecho will take big damage from Resisted Sharpness boosted Stab from Gallade. It is threatened by Clefable's Moonblast, and its bulky nature makes it very difficult to KO without super effective moves. While Hisuian Zoroark can decently hit the opponent's team for neutral damage, it doesn't want to be in the same country as a Mega Lopunny. Excadrill can deal a super effective stab move into a good chunk of the opponent's team with Earthquake and Iron Head. Mega Ampharos can threaten 1-hit KOs with a high 165 special attack and stab moves, but its low speed makes it vulnerable to super effective damage before it can land a hit. Mudsteel's Ground Stab at 125 attack can deal good damage to unboosted Archaludon, Toxapex, and Qwilfish. After some stamina boost of its own, it can take a good amount of damage from opposing physical attackers. However, it is threatened by Politoed's Weather Ball and Mamoswine's Icicle Crash without being able to deal too much damage back. Mega Clefable also blocks Mudsdale from dealing damage via redirection. Crabominable does well into Mamoswine, but really struggles against super effective hits, especially from special attackers. Renorigas can hit super effectively into Archaludon and Toxapex. With a defense investment, it can tank from some hits from Kommo-o, Mega Lopunny, and Kleavor, but it does have a losing matchup against Politoed and Mamoswine. After all that analysis, I decided to pick my team. Mega Metagross and Gallade cover the opposing team for 1-hit or 2-hit KOs. To make sure they stayed up, Sinistcha was the next pick. Hospitality and Rage Powder helped keep them around for longer to get more KOs. While I don't plan on doing Weather Wars, having my opponent think I will can throw them off. Excadrill can match well into the opposing team and Archaludon if Gallade faints, but Tyranitar likely isn't being brought. The last Pokemon for a matchup is Mudsdale. It can deal decent damage to the opposing team and make it seem like Trick Room is an option for me. Now that I chose my 6 Pokemon, it's time to analyze the speed tiers of my Pokemon. First, I list off everyone's base speed, and then I reorganize them from fastest to slowest. Then, instead of base speed, I took the maximum speed stats possible for each Pokemon. From the start, I knew I wanted to give Gallade a Scarf to give it the speed it needs to outspeed a Mega Lopunny. Mega Metagross will never outspeed a Mega Lopunny, so I only need to invest enough to outspeed the 150 Pokemon. For the rest of my team, it's fine if I don't outspeed the 150 base Pokemon. And this is the final team I decided to use. A Scarf Jolly 26 speed Gallade outspeeds a max speed Mega Lopunny by 1 point. After maxing out its attack, I put the rest in HP to make it survive a little longer. And Adamant Mega Metagross with 21 speed puts it at 151 speed. Psychic Fangs and Iron Head deal massive damage, and Bullet Punch gives it a nice priority to finish off low HP Pokemon. I decided to give extra max HP and 2 special defense in case Gallade got knocked out, to hopefully win the end game against Archaludon. I'm running Drill Run just in case I need to crit against a max defense Archaludon. Since my team is not running Trick Room, the Sinistcha is running Strength Staff instead. It should help weaken Mamoswine and Mega Lopunny. I ran 20 special attack investments instead of special defense because I wanted Machagacha to do damage to Politoed and Mamoswine. I ran a Chabo Berry to potentially survive an Aura Sphere or Drain Punch from Kommo-o, and I put Avalanche here to potentially deal big damage to Kommo-o. Mudsteel is here to deal damage with the ground type move. If his high horsepower misses, Stomping Tantrum is here to pick up the slack. I'm also running Sandstorm here to potentially reset the weather. Now that I have my team ready, let's see how the battle goes.